Hi, it's Peter, and I am back with the final and long-awaited Part 8 of my program, Think Positive for Life. All along, I've been teaching you how to program yourself to change negative thought patterns into positive ones. So we're going to sum up and conclude the program in this video. We talked about positive thinking, which is simply choosing positive thoughts over negative ones. Situational awareness, which is observing your surroundings and adjusting your plan as needed in real time. And the third great mental tool for your toolbox is that you get to decide how to respond to everything that happens to you, everything you encounter in life. So I mentioned feel good now. That goes right there with you get to decide. I want you to decide as often as possible when you encounter something, even if it seems negative, you acknowledge it, but I'm going to feel good now because this will probably turn out better than I thought it would. An affirmation I like, you are enough. We have the witness, which is a higher part of your consciousness, observes everything that happens and doesn't judge. It's kind of like watching your drama on television. Negative triggers positive. When you have a negative situation, and by now you'll probably know how long you'll be in a negative place after encountering something. As soon as you feel up to it, or you know you're kind of going to be coming out of that negative place, go ahead and start steering your thoughts around to a more positive place. And then we have the Ram Dass's famous "Be Here Now." Just more situational awareness. Just be focused here in the moment. Don't worry so much about the past or future. If you need to plan for the future, go ahead and do that. But once you're finished, mostly you want to be just paying attention to what's going on right now. And as I said, these mental tools are ones that everyone should have, but everyone is different. So, and our lives are all changing. We are all changing. So I'm going to say that you want to keep figuring out how to make them work for you, because you're not like anybody else. And as I've said before, this process, along with all the others, will become automatic with focus and practice over time. I've got another quote from something called Life's Little Instruction Book. It said, avoid negative situations and people, and one of the folks I did this program for said, well, there are people who work in prisons, mental institutions, and so on. They work with people who are in dark places, suicidal people, etc. And to do their job, they can't avoid them. So that's absolutely true. So I amended it. Avoid negative situations when you can, and if you have to be around those kinds of situations and people, take some time for yourself, recharge your batteries after you have to be there. And I also describe something I call a filter shield. It's basically a metaphysical construct, like a bubble that I put up around myself when it's necessary. If I've been in a negative situation, or I know I'm going into something that's going to be intense, just a clear bubble or whatever your power color is, and negative energy just bounces off of it and doesn't affect you. It just goes around. You have to focus on keeping this up, but it's well worth it in these situations. So in conclusion, I am still working on myself daily, some days more than others. To use an agricultural analogy, I have the combine set, but I'm still working on the feed rate, and sometimes I plug it occasionally. That said, I'm getting better at detecting potential meltdowns and also figuring out if I have enough going on or too much. Sometimes I would get into situations where I had too many irons in the fire, so to speak, and I wouldn't know it until I was already in the middle of having to deal with all of that. I challenged myself 20 years ago to think positive for life, and it has paid off beyond my wildest imagining. Now, because I'm no longer content merely to grow as a being and grow myself, I want to add value to society, and I am challenging each of you to think positive for life. Do keep in touch with any questions. You can message me on Messenger, Facebook. I think there's a comment section here on YouTube. And I do one-on-one as well. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.